Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Kyle Elliott podcast. Welcome back. The hair, yeah, I know it's bad hair day, but it kind of matches my mood today, so I don't mind leaving it. And this is kind of what happens when you shower and put up your hoodie for about 2 hours. And it's freezing cold outside. So a little bit of a combination of anger and laziness this morning. This episode I don't want to keep too long. Actually, I kind of want to just jump right in. It's been a very interesting week, very frustrating week on top of that. So I want to tell you guys about some of the ups and downs. But as always, wanted to share with you guys this special offer that I have. My friends over at Goalie are hooking me up with this awesome promotion. You guys, for a limited time, can get 10% off your purchase through Valentine's Day. So if you're watching this today, the time is running out. Make sure you grab that Goalie. You can find the link for that in the description below. You get 10% off for that, which is typically it's usually only 5%. So you guys are getting a really good deal on this one. Goalie is great. The apple cider vinegar replacements are fantastic. I think you guys are going to love them. Make sure you head on over there and check them out. Again, that is goalie.com. The link is in the description below. All right, so jumping back into it, this week has been a roller coaster. For those that have been following along with my music, today is February 12th, supposed to be the pre-save date for my new single, Empty. I've been playing this for months. Literally months. Actually longer than that, more like years at this point, and always seems that there is some sort of issue getting the single ready to go. I have an amazing team at Scarlet River. I have an amazing team of friends and family that support me as well, and my fans, just like you, always supporting me, so I greatly appreciate that. The problem that I have is the logistics side of it. Most people do not know that you have to hire a third-party company to distribute your music. That is known as a distributor. There are many of these. Most of them are really not user-friendly, very inefficient for what is needed, and just had the worst possible experience with it. Last year I changed from a company that was based over in Europe, where I tried to contact them for 6 months to get my royalties, which is really not a lot. As I've told you guys before, the transition rate from one stream to dollars is about 4 to 6 streams equals 1 penny. So you can imagine how frustrating it is when that little bit of money that I've made off the music is then withheld from me because these companies are so poorly operated. Like I said, it took me 6 months to get that from the first company over in Europe. And so I transitioned back to the distribution company that I had used prior to that, known as TuneCore here in, there's an office located here in Nashville, but they're California based. I've had no problem with them in the past. However, for some reason today, I've been informed that there is no pre-save link for Empty. Therefore, I cannot get fans to pre-save it, and thus throws a huge wrench in what I have going on, trying to boost this momentum for this song, trying to get people to pre-save it, which looks really great for maybe that's publishing companies, maybe that's record labels, but it looks really great to the streaming services like Apple Music and Spotify to help me get on bigger playlists, which of course means wider reach of audiences. So a very, very frustrating day. I don't have a clue of when this is going to be resolved. They have no phone number to call. I have to wait 2 days for an email response, which probably won't resolve the issue either. So I'm kind of exhausting all of my options here, trying to make sure that you guys can get the pre-save. For my Patreon fans, you will be hearing this song still early. I promise that will be coming out, and the release show is not going to be held up from this. I can guarantee you that the song is going to be out on February 26th, but the pre-save, which again is very important from the artist's perspective, is currently undergoing some technical difficulties for whatever reason. I don't know. A little bit else about what's going on this week. It's been a bit of a slow week for shows. I've tried to take a little bit of a break. We are heading back down to Dothan, Alabama next week for another show down at Cowboys. Really excited about that. And I've got my show at FGL this Sunday, as well as the True Music Room just before that on Sunday as well. So going to be spending Valentine's Day on stage. But trying to take a little bit of vocal rest, recover a little bit. The band and I have been trying to come up with some new ideas for our shows. So a lot of kind of work around the actual creative part of that as well as the vocal part of it. So I'm really working hard to make that great. Um, let's see what else has been going on. I have been really working hard on promotional plans for the new release. In fact, I'm launching a grassroots campaign that should be out in the next couple of days. I'm going to ask people to contact me, maybe through a social media post, maybe it's DMs or whatever, but contact me to be a part of this grassroots movement, also known as an ambassador program that I want to be launching to help expand the reach of my music. And in return, you'll get some things as well. So recognition and maybe a free merch item too. So really, really trying to get a good team of people to help me promote this. And I would love for you to be a part of that. So shoot me a message or comment below if you want to be a part of this ambassador program. Really, it's kind of a new idea that I had that I think could really be successful. If anybody's on TikTok, I'm sure you've seen those videos. It says, in just 15 seconds, somebody's life could change by the amount of shares that happen. This is no different. We want to push this to as many people in as many corners of the world as we can, and really only you guys can help me do that. So I will be launching this initiative in the next couple of days. If you haven't already seen it or heard about it, the Songwriter series is coming out this week. The new episode should be launching tomorrow, depending on technical issues, of course. You can see I've been editing some video back here, but it's going well. I have a lot of need for this. A lot of people have been asking me for this, so I'm very excited to bring it to you. I hope that it can help. If you're watching this and you're a songwriter or somebody that's just interested in the songwriting game, really hope that this can be great for you as well. Juggling my schedule. So a lot of people will ask, how do you do it? How do you keep up with everything that's going on? And the way that I do it is I don't. Trying to keep my show schedules in order, my co-writes in orders, my online meetings, my interviews, my merch orders, my website. I mean, it is a very, very hectic job to try and keep all of that in check. But I just do my best. I have a calendar. You can kind of see it up on the wall here, this brown calendar that I have. It has all the information as far as what I'm doing for the week. I also try to set reminders on my phone. I have my friends at Scarlet River keep me on track as well with all the promotions that they have. I have a booking agent that will send me reminders, like a massive Google Calendar. A lot of cross compatibility happening, and it's very difficult to juggle at times and can be very, very stressful. But it's something that I try to better myself at every single day, and it's not always easy. A lot of times, a lot of things go unfinished, and that's tough because I put a lot of time and effort into it, and really would like there to be more success. But that is something that I've always struggled with is having a lot of organizational skills. So I've always been trying to better that day by day, and we're working on it. So hopefully in the coming weeks or months or maybe the rest of this year, we will finally have our game plan together moving forward. So things are not just so chaotic, because as you can tell with the hair day that I'm having, it's been one of those crazy days, and I'm really just trying to keep it all together. These things happen, especially when releases are coming up. After my last release, Come On Over, I slept for like 18 hours the next day because I was so exhausted from just pushing unbelievably hard to make that a success. But just so you guys are aware, sometimes it's not as easy as it looks, and don't let everything you see on social media trick you, because it's not so cut and dry. So a new part of the podcast is having guests come on, but the ideas are going to continue to kind of just spurt up as these episodes continue. And if you have any suggestions, anything that you want to know, anything that you want to hear, please let me know here on this. I'll actually be trying to do some more videos outside of the podcast that I will share here on YouTube of songs and of other things like that. So I can't wait to share that with you, but looking to really expand on this podcast and on the YouTube channel to help grow the base. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, because that does go a long way in trying to grow this page and for my career as an artist. So I want to offer a cool little snippet here. I want to say maybe once a month or once every quarter, I'm going to try and do this. I want to do a fan appreciation kind of shout out. to some of my fans that have just been really exceptional. And I would love to expand on this more. Obviously, this is something that's just kind of last minute here, but I do think that can be really, really great as far as a friendship or a fanship, as I like to call it, between myself and my incredible fans. So today I want to thank two incredible people that have been huge parts of my success so far, just from the constant reiterating of support that they give for me. So to my great fans, Sabra and Heather, I want to thank you guys so much. This is just a quick shout out to you guys for always being so great as fans and always supporting me. And I want you to know that it goes a long way, because there are days that I need that support. And just the moral support of you guys being there is so helpful, and I appreciate you so much. Another segment that I want to offer in the coming episodes is actually going to be outside of my studio here. I want to do a little bit more of a personal side of the podcast. So again, this might not be every single episode, but I would like to take you guys to places that I go and do a little behind the scenes video there, so you guys can be a part of that. Just to give you a little bit more in depth of what I do. Maybe that's backstage, maybe that's going into a meeting with my manager, maybe that's going to eat at my favorite place in town. Whatever the case is, I want to give a little bit more of that personal touch to this podcast, so I will be kind of expanding on that in the weeks to come as well. As I said, I wanted to be more organized with the podcast, so I am setting a routine date to have this out every week. So the idea is to launch a new episode every Monday. However, this one is not going to be out on a Monday because of what's happening with it and the necessity of putting it out before the single comes out. So I will be releasing this probably on a Friday today, I'm assuming. So if you guys are watching this, every new episode will be out on Monday, and hopefully I'm going to continue to make that happen. Again, this is just the shortened version. If you want to get the extended version of the podcast, you can head on over to my Patreon page. The link for that is in the description below. It's just $10 a month. Think of it as a generous tip for a live show. It's kind of exactly what this is. It's just online instead of in person. So if you want to head on over to my Patreon page, get those exclusive benefits and backstage kind of access, definitely recommend checking that out. The people that are a part of that so far seem to really love it, and I'm enjoying the personal connections there too. So I really hope that I get to see you guys over there on my Patreon page. For new music coming out, I do want to share that we are in the process of moving very quickly through the rest of these songs in the Love Hangover project, which has been a thing since 2019. So I've been really, really working hard on this for the last 2 years, and I'm so excited to release the rest of this music. The end date for this project is the end of August. So we will have Empty coming out this month, and then we will have 2 more songs coming out, probably one around that springtime era, and then sometime in the summer we will have that last song of the project out. And I'm really excited to move forward, because these are some older songs, and I'm ready to show you guys what I've been working on here in the recent past, and even this past year, hopefully putting out some songs there. So we're really pushing forward to release more and more music. All right, one final update here. We are having the virtual release show for Empty on Thursday, February 25th on Facebook. If you guys have not already done so, shoot me a message or a comment, and I can get that link to you guys. I'm also going to just list it here in the description below, so if you can't find it, let me know. We'll get that right over to you. Join me on Facebook for the release show. I know typical release shows are in person. However, with restrictions and with kind of the crazy schedule that everybody has right now, especially the venues in town, I am going to be doing a virtual release show on the 25th and probably a in-person release show on the 26th. Now the song does come out at midnight on the 26th, so it'll be before the actual release that you guys will be able to hear that song. And really, really excited to spend like an hour with you guys just talking about the song, talking about the music, and just any kind of open-ended questions that you guys might have. Looking forward to answering those, and who knows, I might be giving away some merch during that too. So I'm really excited for that event. It was a lot of fun for the Come On Over release show, and looking forward to doing it again with you guys. Again, that is going to be on the 25th, and I believe the time is set for 5 p.m. Central Time. So go ahead and click on that link. Make sure you're clicking attending to that event. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you guys there. All right, guys, that does it for this episode of the Kyle Elliott Podcast. Remember, if you want to get the extended version, make sure you go down to the Patreon link in the description below. You can just subscribe for $10 a month, and you will get basically a double version of this podcast every single episode, as well as behind-the-scenes videos, live streams, and cover videos that will be coming very, very soon. Not to mention Patreon-only merch. Now, in order to see that, you also have to be a patron. So head on over there and give that a click. If you guys have not already done so, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube as well. Click that bell and check out some of the older videos that I've done. So if you guys don't mind doing that, I'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you then.